Hello, John Jerkovich here with the third installment of Loans, Homes, and Stuff. Today we're primarily going to be discussing stuff, and the question of the day is, what is your global footprint? And no, I'm not talking about whether or not you drive a Prius, the amount of emissions coming out of your car, or if you recycle. What I'm talking about is the footprints or the impressions that you leave on the hearts, minds, and souls of those individuals that you interact with day in and day out. I have a saying, and that saying is, do no harm. And I often think back over my career, I'm sure I've done a tremendous amount of harm. I've said the wrong thing. I pushed people in a direction they didn't want to be pushed. Any number of things that I can look back, and it's very easy in hindsight to say, hey, I should have handled that differently, or I should not have reacted that way. However, the beautiful thing about being a human being that goes to sleep each night and gets to wake up each morning, that is that we get to rewrite the chapters of our life each and every day. A brand new start, a fresh chapter. Often in business, it is said that those things that can be measured don't necessarily always matter, and there are things that cannot be measured that matter. And I think back to an email I received recently from a banker that worked for me years ago. He was discussing a meeting that I had about good versus great, where I compared a Rolex watch to a Timex. He ultimately went on to tell me that that meeting may have individually saved his life. Not his life, his marriage. I'm sorry. However, it inspired him to go from being a good dad to a great dad, a good husband to a great husband. I didn't necessarily intend for that to happen. Often your actions have unintended consequences. I'm sure that meeting was meant to cover production and push people to do more business, write more loans, make more money. However, the unintended consequences to me, the very fact that I had that meeting, if indeed I was able to save a marriage, that means way more to me today than any amount of production that would have been done way back then. So one thing that I want to encourage you to do, remember that every word, every action that you do has both an intended and an unintended consequence. And often the unintended consequences are much greater. You're either going to spend your life building people up or crushing them down. So I'm going to ask you, go out there today, tomorrow, the next day, rewrite a new chapter for your life. Go mad, which means go make a difference. Thank you very much for listening. Please help make the world a better place tomorrow than it was today through your actions. Please like, follow, subscribe, share. Send me any questions, comments you may have about loans, homes, or stuff. I'd be happy to answer them. Thank you very much for your support, and you have a great day.